Father Kelly, Father Nolan, Reverend Fathers, honored guests, and dear brothers. My vocation story starts 22 years ago when I was born. I was born into a Catholic family. I grew up on a small hobby farm, and just throughout those years as growing up as a Catholic, I kind of slowly felt, even at a young age, draw to the priesthood. But I didn't really know what that feeling or like what that actually meant in my heart, I guess. So I kind of really kept that quiet as I grew up. So I just kind of devoted my life to wrestling and working out. Something I could really, I just wanted something I could give my all to, I guess. But kind of towards the end of my junior year, I realized I kind of had to make a decision moving forward in my life, as far as if I wanted to wrestle in college, go to the army, or just, I had to make a decision, I guess. But I had a really tough time doing that because my heart was kind of drawn towards priesthood, but I didn't really know what that meant exactly. But towards the beginning of my senior year, I met a woman, and so it kind of just threw all my other plans aside, I guess. So as I kind of started to date her, I kind of put everything aside, and I was like, I grew up shearing sheep, so I was just like, well, I can make decent money doing that. I'll just do that the rest of my life and start a family with this woman, I guess. But kind of right before my senior year ended, things ended between us. And looking back, I mean, she made the right decision ending with me because my heart was so torn. I couldn't give her my heart because it was going towards priesthood, even though I didn't really know what that meant exactly. But I remember being very angry about what was happening in my life at that point. And I was having a very unrestful heart, I guess. But I remember still, I called the priesthood. But just being so angry with God, I just told him, I'm going to make the worst candidate I possibly can for you for the priesthood. So I just picked up a lot of really bad sins at that point in my life. I just wanted to feel a distance from God. All he was going to do is call me towards the priesthood. So yeah, after just months of this unrestfulness, I remember it was in the middle of winter. I think it was about 14 below. I had COVID at the time, and I was about 7 hours into the day. And I just was feeling that anger in my heart was just kind of fading, being how tired I was. And in the middle of a pen, I just needed a break. So I just looked around the barn for the cleanest hay I could lay in, and I walked over and just collapsed into this hay. And the sheep came up to me, just seeing how broken I was, kind of thing. I said, no energy left in my heart. And just kind of looked in my eyes. And I remember just thinking, why is this sheep happier than I am right now, kind of thing. It was just kind of like a rock bottom moment for me. So the first prayer I said in months was just in that moment. I said, dear God, I just can't do this anymore. I finally just started talking to him, I guess. But yeah, it's a very small prayer. And just that small yes, I started to go to Holy Hour again, and at that point I didn't have many friends in my life, so just having that, I grew a very deep connection with God, I guess. That's all I had to really lean on. So I started, going many Holy Hours. I started going, the daily Mass, and it was just a beautiful moment in my life where I felt the connection I was looking for, even with this woman, I guess, just that intimacy. And then through this intimacy, the call to priesthood came back up. But this time it didn't seem like I was giving anything up at this point. It just seems like I was just following God's will. And it became much easier this time around, I guess. But so then I started applying, and then the process, you guys all know the process, I guess, so I want to explain that too. It's not like it gets easy when you start signing up. But I don't know, there was so much hope in that though, just the fact that I knew how hard life was away from God, and just being with him. Even the hard moments felt much easier, just walking alongside someone else. And then just being at SJV the last few years, just diving in the prayer, I guess, just fully giving myself. That's the feeling that I can tell my soul has always been longing for, I guess. And for that, praise Jesus Christ. Amen.